No extension necessary. Jeremy finished his taxes on time this year. Yay! And it definitely had nothing to do with the fact that his wife has been pressing him about it since February.
Nothing.
It can be hard to get everything organized in time for tax day. Luckily, Jeremy doesn't find being an evaluator nearly so taxing. Serving as an evaluator for his second straight week, please welcome Jeremy Udell.
Paul, wow, what a piece to select for your reading. As I was thinking about improvements for this, one of the first things that came to me was volume. But then I realized you actually were doing exactly what you were supposed to be doing, which is conveying a sense of the author's style. Now, who was the author we're talking about in Paul's piece? This is the Gospel of Matthew, but really, for all intents and purposes, the author here is Jesus. He's giving us Jesus' words. Jesus was never known to be somebody who was shouting at people, right? People crouched in to hear what Jesus had to say. And he was telling us the way calm and serene style that I believe would have been conveyed by Jesus. The theme, it was a very clear theme. It's a very interesting topic. How to behave. And really, as a Jew, I've always found this particular speech to be very important. It's talking about going beyond the laws. Whether you're talking about the laws of a religion or the laws of the land, this is talking about be better than the laws. Do more. Don't just follow the laws and consider yourself a good person. Go further. And I thought Paul conveyed that message really beautifully. He had good facial movements when he was talking about an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. He had good pacing when he was talking about meeting with our Lord face to face. Again, he brought us down when he wanted us to really pay attention to something. He brought us down lower as opposed to yelling at us. And peace will spring up in your soul. These were ways he brought emphasis to very specific parts of the story. If I could add any improvements to it, I would say maybe a little bit more in your introduction about how this particular piece matters to you. We know it must. We know it must be important to you. So tell us why this was important to you, or just that it was very important to you. Also, there was one other thing that I didn't mention in the objectives that it does list in the evaluation segment, an illusion of spontaneity. And I feel like when you're talking about an oral interpretation of reading, that is so hard to achieve. Standing up here with a book, if I was going to say to work on something, maybe it would be that, maybe where it looks like you're not even really using the book that much, we're not even sure if what you're reading is coming directly from the book or even from yourself. But again, that conflicts in some ways with the fact that you're trying to interpret a true speaker here. You're reading a speech by someone else. So I'm not sure how easy that would have been in this particular place. But those two things are the only thing I can think of. I thought you did a wonderful job on a very tough subject. Good job.
Thank you. All right. Timer, can we have the evaluator's time, please?
Yes, Isabel, 356, you went over a little bit. Julian, 329, he qualified. Jeremy, 310.
Thank you. At this time, I would also like to ask the additional technical tables report, starting with our AW counter.
Okay. I can say that now. I'm going to start at the bottom of the list. Jeremy, 1 double clutch. Annette,